Guns, girls with guns, guys with guts, a lot of attitude, degeneracy, and a depraved city that thrives on crime and corruption. On the surface, Black Lagoon is a non-stop action thriller surrounding a group of mercenaries that take jobs smuggling goods, among other illegal shit. But beneath the surface, this anime is also about moral depravity and what it means to step into a life of crime, what it takes to tangle with the underbelly of society, especially for the main male protagonist Rock, as he teeters between clinging to any semblance of his normal life in Japan's society or plunging further into the path of depravity and crime with his new mercenary pirate companions. I'm your narrator MK, and let's get into the beauty and badassery of Black Lagoon. There are a few more badass female protagonists than Black Lagoon's female main character, Revvy. She's as ruthless as she is gorgeous, the type of person who will shoot you in the face if you stare at her wrong, and I respect that. Aptly nicknamed Two Hands, Revvy serves as the Lagoon Company's marksman. She gets off on a good gunfight and any opportunity to stack up more money on a job, even if it means blowing the brains of an innocent kid. The Lagoon Company mainly operates and resides in a port city in Thailand called Ranipur, where crime groups like the Mafia and drug cartel also operate. Revvy calls it the Walking Dead, where people who have been outcasted from society or downright turn their backs on it go to make a nameless, destructive life for themselves. People living life so far on the edge, they might as well be the dead. And if you love badass women in anime, which come on, who doesn't? There is no lack of strong, badass women in this one. No female character is a damsel in distress. Instead, it's the women who typically control the power balances and can more than hold their own in a shootout or crime gang dispute. But by far one of the best things about Black Lagoon is the dichotomy between Revvy and Rock. Through these two, we get to see and experience their very different worldviews. Revvy's being a more nihilistic and depressing one, where she knows that the only things that matter in this world are money and power, and to her more personally, guns. With a middle finger to pity and sentimentality, she knows better than to stack her hopes on abstract concepts like love or God. Rock comes from a morally virtuous world, but he is thrust into the underworld. He is the polar opposite of Revvy, and it's when these two clash that the beauty of their dynamic reveals itself, and we see how they start to mold each other, for better or for worse. Rock challenges Revvy not to use her harsh past as an excuse not to grow, and Revvy constantly berates Rock, saying he's not cut out for a life like this. Rock is very much like a sponge, soaking up the different and varying levels of chaos and dark, messed up shit that he experiences as a new member of the Lagoon Company. But even though he absorbs it all, he still holds the choice to let all the dirty water affect and infect him, or to wring it out and let the filth drip away. He struggles with this and is forced to come face to face with his own indecisiveness when he's straight up told, "You don't want to lose anything, do you? Not even the life you throw away. You still yearn for it, but you don't want it enough to keep it." He's in the twilight, until he isn't, much to Revvy's hypocritical disappointment. But that's another video topic altogether. Take my word for it, the subtext between not just these two characters, but all the characters and the interesting parallels and non-parallels is so good. Combined with its high-octane action, I wouldn't be surprised if after watching this series you consider putting it on your top list. I was surprised at how much I liked this show. I wasn't going to make a video about it, but I loved it so much that I just had to show it some love back, you know? One thing I will say is that there is no intricate, overarching plot, but there is continuity in the events and characters as the show goes on, and even without that, I think it's still a really good show. It's a 2-season, 24-episode anime with some OVAs, which I 100% recommend watching. So if you have watched it, let me know what you think of it, and if you watch it because of this video, come back and leave a comment telling me about it. I'm your narrator MK, and I'm recording this from my car because I can't do it in my house. And my foot's about to fall asleep, so I hope this was of quality. So yeah, like if it is, and dislike if it's not, I guess.